Hey everyone, this is Trucker Wayne with Pam Transport, still in Tawny Town. I dropped the trailer off in North Little Rock and took an extra day off. Kind of nice to be at least owner op, so you can do that. Because of the hurricane, that will be going right over Little Rock sometime today. So there you go. And also really quickly as well, I made the announcement yesterday, I'm back with Pam. You know everyone, just to remind everyone, I'm nobody special, and COVID-19 hit me just like it did a lot of people. I do automotive lanes now. I have 300,000 miles doing the automotive lanes. I love them at my age, the dedicated lanes. I lost my job just like millions of others. And we all know that the shop shut down. And now they're back up and running. And now I'm back up doing what I really like to do at my age. So it worked out good, but we all know we followed the progression. I lost my automotive lane and job just like so many others, but luckily because I have my CDL, I'm able to keep working. Let's talk winter driving. Did you know that this Tuesday, if you don't know, you should know, this Tuesday, if you run out west in Colorado, you have to have chains in Colorado. It's not a choice, it's the law. And I'm gonna talk about that a little bit too, about it is the law and that you need to have chains starting, I believe it's September 1st in Colorado. Also, if you're gonna run out west, this is gonna be a week-long series of winter driving. If you're gonna run out west, different states have different laws for chains. California, Colorado, those two seem to be the most strict. So when you buy chains, just don't buy, oh, I'm gonna go buy a set of chains for this and that over there. No, go to the state that has the strictest ones, California, Colorado, buy the amount of chains for that state. That way you're set for every state you run through. You don't have to worry about not having the chains that you need to be legal to run through Colorado and California. As I mentioned, it's the law. I had a call last year from somebody that I know and a family member. Didn't work for Pam, but I told him he had to get chains. His trainer had him out west without chains, and I really lit into him about that. Then he went out on his own, and he didn't have chains. He was going through Colorado, and he knew he didn't have chains, and they're really strict. And so he took a side road to try to bypass the way station, and he got stuck because he got up in the Rockies. It's hard enough driving I-70 in the wintertime. And then he got so high up on his 2-lane road or 4-lane road, whatever it was, trying to bypass it. Then he decided he was gonna turn around and he got stuck. It was over $1,000 adventure. Just buy the chains, be legal, buy the chains. Anyone that's followed me know the last 6 years, I have 300,000 miles driving. We're chain and go. I've driven the Canadian Rockies in the winter, Montana. 3 winters I went through there. We were chain and go. Chains are so important. Let me give you a little advice now. On these internationals right here, you can't take that mud or the flap off right there, you know, so the mud flap or whatever. On the flatbed that I was in, you could actually take that off, easily take it off. It was a pin, you could take it off, you could lay it on the ground when you were chaining up. Keep you nice and drier, especially up in Colorado where it's snowing like crazy. You just pop it off and you use that mud flap to actually kneel down in there and get your chains ready. But here's the thing. When I learned, it was suggested, and it was a great suggestion by a driver coach, that you actually start, if you're coming into your first winter and you're gonna run out west, know how to put the chains on. If you wait until you're in Colorado and they have the chain law and you're up there, you're gonna be there for an hour. And they have like 15-minute, 20-minute rules, whatever it is. Then someone's gonna come around and say, hey, I'll do that for you for 50 bucks or whatever. So if you're some people may laugh at you, so what? I learned in the truck stop this year, you know, this time of the year, and I was putting the chains on now. I was learning how to do it now, not when it's snowing outside, not when you're up there and you're struggling because you've never done it before. So what? Truckers laugh at a lot of stuff in the parking lot, but I tell you what, if you're up in Colorado, you've done your chains, you learn how to put them on, you're quick about it, you do some of the things like here you can't, but if you know, pop the mud flap, lay it down, practice. Also, some of the best chaining videos that I've ever seen was from my old company. If you just YouTube Central Oregon truck chaining, you'll get to that part and you'll see how to chain. But anybody guys in winter driving, it is super important to make sure that you have your chains are in good working order. It is not a choice to have chains out there. It is not, it's the law. And that's what was so interesting when I got that call last year, and I told him it was a law out west. If you're driving out there without chains, you get a huge ticket for it. And if you're in Colorado, a lot of times they're so strict, they'll just turn you back around if you don't have the chains. So just be mindful of that. Get your stuff ready now. Like I said, this Tuesday, September 1st, you need chains in Colorado. Very important stuff, everyone. And as we progress into winter driving, like tomorrow, talk about the gels and the chemicals that you're gonna need to survive the winter time. Now, let me say this before I wrap it all up. 2020 has been kind of crazy, right? 7 named storms already hit the States. It's like a record. The storm going on right now, a big one. Does anybody think this winter isn't gonna be like epic? You need to be ready. Have the chains ready. But like I said, this will be a week-long series on winter driving. Practice on those chains now when you have the chance. If you're sitting there anywhere in that hurricane's path, obviously you may be stuck for a few days, right? After all the rain stops. Practice then, you know, or wherever you may be. Just make sure that you know how to put them chains on before you get to a position. If you're all by yourself in Oregon and there's nobody around to help you, you need to learn to do the chains. This is Trucker Wayne with PAM Transport. Everybody stay safe and healthy out there. I'm out.